Hello again. It's a beautiful day out. I think it's about like 26 degrees out. Fabulous day. And it's 1:16 p.m. and I really want to go for a hike. I started the day on a rough start, um, looking at YouTube videos and Instagram videos and then comparing myself to other people and just going down that rabbit hole. And so that really brought down my spirits. But I know one thing that really helps lift me up is being out in nature. And so that's why I'm going to go for a hike today. Um, Although it's 1 p.m., I still want to go out because I want to get back into the gratitude mindset and also to get out of the mindset of comparing myself to others and just being out in nature, being one, and meeting people along the way and chatting and seeing. Hopefully, I get to see grouse. Grouse are like these little birds. I call them Louis Vuitton chickens because they look so fancy. They have these like little lines on them, and they have this really beautiful, beautiful cooing. They almost sound like doves. It's really pretty, actually. Um, yeah, I just wanted to make a video because I'll be hitchhiking, and it'll be the first time I hitchhike by myself. The other times I hitchhiked, I was with friends, so well, I will make a follow-up video. My goal today is to get to the top of Grossmoorn Mountain and then come straight down. Ideally, I would like to do the full loop, but just as it's it's almost 1:30 actually. Gonna just go straight up and then come right down and then call it a day and then hitchhike back. I see it's gonna be really easy to hitchhike back because it's just gonna be easy hitchhiking back because there's gonna be a lot of people in the parking lot and I could just like put the stand on the side of the road and it is gonna be hitchhiking there is gonna be easy too. I just in my head like my head is thinking like, oh no, you're not wearing the proper hitchhiking backpack. Like this is actually the backpack I use for cycling. It doesn't look like a proper backpack, And then I'm thinking like, oh, no one's gonna want to like pick you up. Like most people are indoors anyway because it's so hot outside. No one's gonna be on the road today. No one's gonna stop. And it's the negative thought pattern that stops me from doing things. Like when I was doing door-to-door sales, that same inner critic would come up and say, oh, you're not gonna make a sale today. You're gonna go home with a donut with no sales, and so I just was in my head and I would stay in the Tim Hortons and just pass the time away and obviously wasn't getting any sales. That's just inside. So I think it's really important for me to, even though I feel the discomfort, I think that it's important for me to do it anyway and take that step. It's certainly going to grow me as a person to do that. Because it's certainly by me taking the step and going out and knocking doors, I did end up getting sales as a result, and then I started to get more comfortable with knocking, with my pitch, and so I think like hitchhiking is the same thing. Like the more I do it, the more comfortable I'll be, but at the same time it's not something that I should ever just go in blindly and willy-nilly because it is a risky thing to do. However, my two past experiences hitchhiking with friends have been like really great. Had some really good conversations, some very deep conversations in the car ride. And so Honestly, like also the ride, like it's only a 5 minute, like well 6 minute car ride, and I could technically bike there, but it would take me about 45 minutes to get out there, and an hour to get back because, or maybe an hour and a half to get back. Honestly, because I'll be really tired and low on water, so I just don't see it worth it. Also, my bike is broken, so it's really not comfortable cycling for long because the saddle is completely um, well, if the saddle is the wrong size for me. Essentially, the clamp that holds the saddle at a certain height, that it's broken, so the saddle just kind of is inside the it's just inside the post, and it's like really uncomfortable cycling. Because I'm really tall, and like every time I cycle, it feels like my knee's about to hit my face. Not exactly that. It's not exactly that bad, but it certainly causes a lot of discomfort in my lower back. That's for sure. Cycling for even especially going uphill, like yeah. But yeah, what's holding me back? Fear of the unknown. That's but it's literally a 6 minute, like it's really not that far away from here. In fact, if the person was speeding, you'd probably get there in 2 minutes. That's not safe to speed, of course. Yeah, my goal is just to get to the top. I have my camera, I got my phone. I'm gonna try to place the radio. I got my little speaker. Got this little tiny little speaker. It's Bluetooth. Got my shades. Got thumbs, so I just put my thumb out. Just like, I don't know why I'm making a big deal. It's really not a big deal. But yeah. So if I arrive at the trail at 2 and I give myself 6 hours, by the time I come back, it'll still be daylight. Like it only starts getting dark at like really, the light really fades out of the sky around 10, so I'm gonna be fine. I just want to take the day to do nothing but hiking, seeing creatures in the woods, and taking the time to just reflect and get centered and get back into gratitude. And if the inner critic comes up and wants to try to compare me to others, I need to just bring the focus back, and I can compare myself to who I was yesterday or the year before. The year before, I wanted to be in this position here, living right by the national park, but I couldn't fathom how I'd be able to do that for months at a time. I knew I really wanted to live out here for months in a row, but I didn't know how I was going to do it. But here I am, I'm here. So I want to be grateful for the fact that I made it this far, but I haven't come far enough because there's like well, it's actually a really big deal, but I've been really wanting a dog for the longest time. A tiny little Shih Tzu or Yorkshire Terrier, little small dog. I've been wanting a dog for 6 years, and I've kind of come close. Like I was able to foster a few cats for a few months, but I really want a dog this year. And I feel like me doing it, an exercise like this, like doing something that, is out of my comfort zone, and it's something that's going to grow me, will give me the tools that I need to be in the right mindset for achieving my goal of getting a dog. It does sound really simple, like I could just go to the shelter and get a dog, but here in Canada, Newfoundland at least, there's mainly just big dogs, there was just one pair of tiny dogs, but they were seniors, they were about um, 6 and 5. I really want to have a younger dog because I wanted to, you know, be used to being outdoors a lot because I'm really active and I feel like, dogs that are 6 and 5 maybe are starting to slow down a little, but I want a dog that's like has high energy and wants to be out every day because I want to be out every day as well. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. I I think I'm just nervous, and I think it's okay to be nervous. I need to remind myself that. So I'm gonna make a follow-up video when I'm back. I definitely won't look this clean. I probably, well, I'll definitely be wearing a different shirt because I'm gonna pack an extra shirt just because if I'm getting into somebody's car at the end of the hike, I don't want to like stink up the whole car. So I'm gonna bring a backup shirt. Yeah, like it's a beautiful day. Everything is gonna go right. I'm gonna see some beautiful views and I'm gonna make it to the top. I got 3 liters in my backpack, plus I'm gonna bring 2 little tiny water bottles where I made homemade Gatorade. So I just have in the bottles I have 2 teaspoons of salt, about a teaspoon of lemon juice, and maybe like 3 teaspoons of prune juice, and then the rest is just water. Shake them up, and that's like my homemade Gatorade. I'm gonna put them to the test to see if it actually helps with muscle aches. I got some new shoes from Amazon. I'll show you guys. These are the new shoes from Amazon. So these look like really nice combat boots. I really like these a lot. There's so much grip. Look at that. I really needed a new pair. The other shoes that I had literally had holes in them. Were falling apart. And then the other pair of boots that I had, the sole was literally peeling off from the base of the shoe, so it's actually finished. But anyway, I don't feel 100% ready, but that's okay. I got this. All right, see you guys in about maybe 8-ish hours. See ya.